Christmas. We all love it. It's the most wonderful time of the year. We're able to spend time with our families. We're able to enjoy a well-prepared dinner. And most of all, we're off from our jobs. But I want to ask the question, has Christmas been ruined? Ever since man brought Santa Claus and Rudolph and Frosty the Snowman into the picture, Christmas has been ruined because no one knows the meaning of the season anymore. But yet everyone gives credit to Santa Claus, but no one wants to give credit to God. See, we say happy holidays and Merry Xmas. We put an X on Christ. We take him out of the picture. And we give Santa Claus and Rudolph and Jack Frost all the credit. But we forget that Christ is indeed the meaning of the season. It's not about Santa Claus. Christmas is a time not only to spend with your family, but it's a time to be thankful. I say be thankful, well, is because, see, Santa Claus is not someone that's coming down your chimney and bringing gifts into your home and sliding them under the tree. No, that's God providing for you and your family to have gifts. We put too much credit on Santa Claus, and that's not the meaning. We tell our kids, we teach our kids to believe in Santa Claus, and we forget that it's God. We forget that it's nobody but God. And one thing that I don't understand is we put an X on Christ, but he will never put an X on you. I don't care how many times in life you mess up. God will love you unconditionally. And do you understand what it feels like to be loved unconditionally? Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that you can love me through my mistakes? You mean to tell me that you can love me through my falls? You mean to tell me that you can just love me in spite of? And so we teach our kids to believe in Santa Claus, and we teach our kids that Santa is the real, the meaning of the season, and he's not. You are responsible. Santa Claus is an idol. And God said, put no man before me. And then he goes on to say, acknowledge him in all thy ways. Good, bad, whatever it may be. Acknowledge him. And then he tells us after we acknowledge him that he will direct our paths. It's not Santa Claus. It's God. When God created the heavens and the earth, he said, let there be. And everything came into agreement with what he said. It wasn't Santa Claus. The world has brainwashed us to believe that there's an Easter bunny, to believe that there's Santa Claus. The world has brainwashed us. And parents don't take the time to teach their kids the real meaning of Christmas. All through life, we hear Santa Claus. But for once, can we acknowledge who God is? For once, can we acknowledge that it wasn't Santa Claus that provided? Can we acknowledge that it was God who made a way out of no way? Can we acknowledge that it was God who provided for our kids? Can we acknowledge that instead of brainwash, instead of telling our kids that it was Santa Claus who got you this? Can we acknowledge to our families that it was Christ that provided? And that's why it's important to appreciate what you have. It's important to appreciate the small things. Because God is not going to bless you with something big until you learn to appreciate the small things in life. God is not going to bless you until you learn to appreciate what you have. I don't care if you just have a roof over your head. I don't care if you didn't have Christmas this year. But I wish somebody would take the time to appreciate what they've been blessed with. And it wasn't Santa Claus. It's Mary's baby. That's why we celebrate Christmas. Because of this great I am. That's why we celebrate Christmas. And that's why the world does not want you to know about who he is. And so they put an X on him, but that's okay. I never put an X on him, and he'll never put an X on me. Merry Christmas. Be blessed.